This video has been brought to you by Computer Solutions R Us. Phil and his team hooked me up with a great computer, and I know they can do the same for you. Whether you need a computer repair, brand new computer, whatever you need, all your answers are over there. Go check out the link in the description box below and tell them Drew at Artistic Gamer sent you. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Drew, Artistic Gaming 28, and today we're going to go back in time with this 90s inspired platformer.
Just as he was giving me a light slapping, Rad was sucked into the TV. The moral of the story is, don't listen to your parents and cool shit happens.
Alright, so today we're talking about Rad Rodgers on the Xbox One. You can also get it on Steam as well as the PlayStation 4. This is a platforming inspired game from the 90s. The aesthetic of the 90s is really cool. The loading screen is really cool. You get that pixelated 90s feel. It has a lot of cool elements to the era, but there are also going to be a lot of complaints in this one. So you start off as Rad Rodgers. Man, I want to say Rad Brad for this. So bad. But we're going to focus and stay with Rad Rodgers. What happens is you play all night long as this child, and then as he wakes up in the next day, he gets sucked into his TV with his console, Dusty, who turns out to be a bit of a smartass, and it's just not really funny. He tries hard, but it just doesn't kind of work. I don't know, he's got little one-liners and quibids, and it's just kind of meh, not really cool. I don't know, I didn't really care for Dusty the character. Rad Rodgers is an okay platformer. It doesn't hit a lot of the highlights you expect from today's platformers. Mario, one of the top. How do you beat Mario? I don't really know, but when you're coming out as a platformer, you gotta step up your game. Ori and the Blind Forest, that is a fantastic game. Rad Rodgers is just gonna fall completely flat. It is, honestly, it's disappointing. We don't have a lot of that 90s inspired era coming back anymore, so to get that kind of feel, to bring into a platformer, it just kind of makes sense. It fits. It does a genre well, but the game itself falls short. The platforming is loose. The character itself isn't really that wonderful. Dusty is just a bit of a jerk. I don't really care for Dusty himself. That's what I said. He's a smartass. It just doesn't really cut it. His one-liners aren't really that funny. You are going up against the same round of enemies over and over again that really aren't that difficult. They don't do too much. They're kind of uninspired. The world itself isn't as bright and colorful as I would have liked it to have been. It has this cool element though that it shifts you into that pixelated world, and you go and you solve that puzzle, which really isn't much of a puzzle. It's just kind of a traverse your way through this thing and dodge a couple things, fight these little, I don't know, circles with some eyes, I think, something like that. And then it opens up a platforming element or solves a bit of a puzzle. I thought that aspect was actually pretty cool. So I did enjoy that part. But that was kind of it. Like, that wasn't... Man! The game is just... rough.
You need all the exit chunks to finish the level.
Too easy.
Guns beats wood every time. Remember that, kid? Holy shit!
Awesome.
4 exit chunks. Time to get out of here.
Rad Rodgers probably should have stayed in the 90s with this one. Unfortunately, today's standards are way above what this game is turning out to be. The music is just okay. The platforming is falling short. The gunplay feels great when you upgrade your weapons, and then that only lasts for like 30 seconds, and then that's over with. So I don't really know what the point of that was. There's just so many disappointments in what could have been an actually decent platforming game from the 90s. Unfortunately, Rad Rodgers for me is getting a 5. Alright everybody, that's going to wrap up this video. Unfortunately, this one was a little negative. I don't like being negative. There are some very negative parts on this video for this review, but if there's something that's going to bother me and I don't like it, I'm just going to tell you how it is. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to bring to this channel. And if you guys want honesty, this is where it's at. So if you don't like the game, I don't like the game. Love to know if you've played it, what you thought of the game. And of course, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the bell button. That way you can always see when I have another video posted. Until next time, I'm Drew, Artistic Gamer 28, and I'll catch you in the next video.